Welcome guys, my name is Anthony Gray. Welcome to Grayscale. One lesson I had talked about clouds. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I might as well just continue the picture and talk about another subject. Alright, what I'm doing is I'm adding actually hair gel. A little bit of water, but mostly hair gel to the paint just to keep it a little slick, a little moist. Alright. And I'm just going to add a simple little scenery. But I want to put some hills of some sort up here. Okay. And I'm going to use basically the same colors I use for the shadowing of the clouds. A little dark blue and a touch of brown. Put it right in there. One little more, maybe a little more blue than brown. Give it kind of grayed up a little bit. Okay. And maybe I'll add some hills here. Something like this. Okay. Now remember, I got gel on here, so I'm angling the brush a little bit downward, make it look like the far off trees or something like that down in here. And I'm going to lightly pull upward. Just lightly. Give it the feel of trees, but in the far off distance. Okay. Like I said, I have a little gel, so it's moving around a little bit. Okay. I'm going to get some more of this dark color. And I'm going to tap around here on the bottom. And just turn the brush over. Just want to fill some of this in, darken it a little bit. It's in kind of in the background back there. Alright, I'm going to get a little more blue, a little more brown, mix it in, and a tad more blue. There, just like that. I'm going to keep some of the light pockets. I want it darker toward the bottom. Okay, something like that. Then I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to go straight down with it. Straight down. Like so. Okay. Matter of fact, let's aim the camera down a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. All I want really, I'm concerned about actually is up here, up top. I want it pronounced a little bit more. Alright, so I'm going to go back to darkening and add some more dark highlights in there. I gotta get some more blue here. Tapping in a little bit more blue. Just a touch of brown. Try to get plenty of it this time. A little more blue. I want it pretty dark. I need something to really show against the clouds here. There we go. Something like that. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. It's just little upstrokes here and there. Okay. But I'm not going to darken all of it. I'm just going to tap, pull some of this downward, just in spots, not everywhere. Just like that. Okay. I'm not really concerned about whatever's going on in here. That, I don't care. Okay, we're going to do something else different all in here. Okay, so I'm not, like I said, I'm not really concerned about all of that. As a matter of fact, here in the direct foreground, we'll darken that up a little bit. Gives it a little, make sure my head's in the way here. Just make sure it's made a little dark in there. Okay, I'll put some blue in here. And take some of that same brown, just plop it in there with that blue. Foreground's kind of dark, so I'm not really concerned about all of that. My main concern was this edge out here. Okay. Now, keeping with the same theme a little bit, I want to darken in just a tad. What is this? It's Mars Black. I don't really care about using black in my artwork too much. Okay, I'm going to use only a little micro drop of this Mars black. Not much of it at all, if I can get it out of here. Let's see. Just a little bit. There we go. Try to get just a touch of this stuff out of here. Don't need too much of that. But I'm going to still keep the same colors I was dealing with before, the brown and the blue. So I'm going to get a touch of brown, mix it in with the Mars black a little, not too much, and use some of this blue up here. Okay. Just to darken it up a little. And I am just going to tap in here. Yes, I'm still using the very same brush I used from the previous lesson. Okay. It's almost like a long stencil brush. Okay. That's all I'm using. A little more brown with the mixing it in with the black. A little touch of blue. And that's all I am. Just really want to darken in this foreground a little bit. Okay. I'm going to get some more brown. A lot more brown. Because I got a lot more of this land to cover. So really get some brown. Okay. Let's get into this blue. I'll need a nice dark mix. So when I do highlight, it shows. You can't have a proper highlight. Alright, let's turn that off. You can't have a proper highlight without a deep enough dark. Okay. And maybe just a slight touch more of this Mars black, which really disturbed me here. A little thick. Alright. Okay. And we're going to mosey right along here. I'm going to get some blue. Mix a little bit of the black in with the blue. And get some brown. Put that right in there. Mars black kind of have a greenish tint with it. Okay. I'm not really too bothered by that because all I'm using it for is just to darken up this foreground. Just to darken it up a little bit. Just give me something. I'm just going to pat the rest. I really don't want to like stroke back and forth. Just want to pat it because it gives me variances in tone, shade. Okay. Kind of a rough looking foreground. Let's darken up a little bit in here. Different variances of ground that you can get. Okay, I'm doing this on the fly. I'm not really looking at anything. I kind of know in essence what I want. Okay. There. Like I said, a lot of this will be highlighted anyway. But I do want a dark background because I want my highlights to fade in to the dark. Alright. Now, up here up top, while the paint's still kind of wet, I'm going to circular motion. Kind of fade some of that out into the light area. Light pockets up there in the top up here. I really don't want to get rid of none of this tone up here. I want that to stay. Alright, down here I'm not really too concerned about because it'll be, like I say, highlighted and all that good stuff. Now that I've completed that, I still got the same brush. Alright, I might want to add maybe little bits of grass here and there. Let me clean out my one brush that I use a lot. I got gel on it. It's water soluble, so it's not going to really beat up on your brushes too much, but it's just good and a good habit just to clean it out anyway. Okay. I use hair gel or KY jelly, any type of gel with a little bit of water just to smooth out the flow of the paint. You can either put the paint, mix it in with the paint itself, or you can put it on the board to get what kind of soft blend that you're looking for, depending on the project that you're doing. Alright, so with that said, I'm going into my little bit of white. I'm mixing it right into the dark color that I had previously used. stirring it right in there. Okay, and this would be a little bit of my highlight. But this type of brush that I'm using, like I say, it looks like a long handled stencil brush. The hairs, you can kind of mold the hairs to whatever direction you want because the bristles are long enough. But I want to splay them out a little bit. Give the advent of some type of wild grass or bushes or whatever. Okay, and maybe I'll put like a patch of them, just lightly touch. Because I don't want to go all the way across. Okay, but I'm going to do a little bit at a time. I'm going to add a little bit of blue, mix it in there, and just lightly touch in little places, like so. And just have it fade right into the dark. You just don't want like a clop of stuff. You know, you want to kind of vary it, a little bit of variation in your landscape. Okay, and plus with it looking like that, it looks like look, the tops of flowers on top of a large field somewhere. So that actually works for you. I might add a little curve down in here. Make it a little hilly. See, this you can also play around with and just have loads of fun developing whatever type of scenery you're looking for. Okay, I want it a little bit brighter up here up front. Okay, so up here a little bit. I want it brighter up front, and I'm going to have it a little darker in the back. Now when I mention darker, I just want the shade of the highlight color to be a little deeper than what I have up here up top. Up top here, you know, you're getting more towards the white of the clouds, a little more daylight, you know. So you want a little brighter up here in different spots. Here, I think I wanted a deeper color. I'm mixing this dark blue with just a touch of white. I'm going to go over this because I want it a little bit on the blue side, just to deepen the highlight color, like so. Maybe something a little more steep up here. Let's put a patch here, but we're going to aim downward. Let's go down. Okay, and just have it fade away. Just like that. You don't want such a hard fade on the bottom. Okay, something like that. All right. Now let's go even deeper and go a little darker with the blue. So I'm just using the pure blue. I still got white on the brush, but it really won't matter. I'm just overpowering it with the blue. I got some nice deep dark pockets here in the corner, so I want it to fade in there. I wanted to fade into some of that really deep dark I got here in the foreground. But it's just something like this. Maybe play around with some of them up here. It's not too much. I'm wiping off the brush, get some of the excess paint off. Then I'll just, that's not enough excess paint I got off. Really get the paint off of there. And I'm going to just tap some of this bottom right into the dark. I'm going to do the same here. Tap it right into the dark. Just let it fade right away into the dark. Okay. Try to get it done before this stuff dries. But just like that. And yes, I'm doing my customary circular motion here. Okay. Now, I'm going to rinse off the brush. I'm going to show you something that I learned from a fellow painter up north from where I'm at. He's a master at doing that. What I'm about to show you. Okay. I'm going to mask off the top part of this mountain, or the hill. This here, it's one is all dry, but I'm using the tape from before. I want to mask it right off. And let's see if the tape will stick. Will it stick? Good enough? Nah. Alright, in the trash that go. But that's okay. I'll use an even thicker piece. There. Bet you won't fall off now. There. Just lightly put it on there. Okay. I'm going to use one of the painter's best little splatter tools. Okay. I'm going to use white and I don't own violet. Just a little touch of it. And I'm going to put the appearance of some flowers here and there. Okay, so I'm going to tap some of the violet with a little bit of that white in there. And touch up with some water. Stir it up a little bit. Now, with the toothbrush, the further you're away, the more of a splatter you'll get and the less control. So, up to you. I'm going to go from the top here and just a couple little splatters here and there. Just a little patch. Just in spots, certain spots. Just like so. The bright red, if you can get it bright enough, will help with the, there. Just, you don't need too much. Help break up some of that dark in there. Alright. Now I'm going to rinse it off a little. Dry it off with the brush. And I'm going to get a touch of white. Okay. And just a little bit of water. You don't really need too much water. Now obviously white is a very stark color, so you might not need too much of this. Let's go up on top first. Okay. I'm going to wipe off some of it from my finger. And maybe a couple patches in here. Just a little bit here and there. Maybe one little patch in there. Something like that. Okay. You really don't need too much of it. Alright. If you got some down here where you don't really want any, you see what I'm doing, right? Just wiping it off. It comes right off. Just do it before it totally dries. Okay. That's all. There. End of story. You only want it in a certain spot anyway. Okay. Maybe something here in that corner. Wipe, get rid of that there. Alright. Now that is done, you also don't want to have too many of them lining this tape. Okay. You just pull the tape off. And there you go. Okay. You can have them either darker or brighter. Your preference, up to you. I might want a little more blue speckles down in here. Your preference. I kind of want them there. So, taking a little blue. This blue is extremely runny. Extremely. And since it's kind of, the blue's kind of dark anyway, it's not showing. So I'm going to add a touch of water. I don't really want to add too much water to this dreadfully runny stuff. Now I'm going to have to lighten that up a little bit. So I'll lighten it up just a small amount. Small amount of white. There we go. Still need water. Yuck. Okay. Get a little more dark blue in there. Okay. Yeah, that'll definitely work. It's coated with, I just don't want to add too much. See the giant blobs? I don't want. But just a little flicks here and there. Okay. If the blobs are a little large, just pat on away. And all I'm doing is patting away. I'm not really don't rub it away. Okay. You ask for it. That's a bigger mess. So I just wanted them a little dark. Some variances. down on the bottom. Alright, and that's about enough of that. Okay, just rinsing off the brush. Now the type of woods that you want, or type of grass that you want, also depends on, let's say you want to put some tall grass in there, like cattails or something like that. Tall weeds just slinking around. The size of your, getting a liner brush, the size of your cattails will depend on how tall your grass is and how close the scenery is. Alright, so I'm going to use a little blue, just a touch of blue, a little bit of the black, Mars black, just a slight bit, and some water. Keep it kind of loose, like some very inky type of consistency. All right. Get a little more Mars black, just darken it up a bit. Now we already have a dark foreground. Okay. And like I said, it really depends on how close you want this whole scenery to be. Like I say, these hills are off in the distance, so you might not want to make them really too large, and it'd be great just for you too. I'm just putting a few in here in different spots. I don't want to gather them all in one location. Okay, just here and there. Keeping it fairly dark in the foreground here. All right, have some come right off, right into the page. Don't know if you guys can see this too well, but they're in there. I'm just plopping a few, curving them around, just playing around with them. Now, rinse off the brush a little bit. I'm going to use white. Okay, get some water, loosen up this paint a little bit. Like I said, you still want it to have an inky type of consistency with whatever paint you're using. Alright. Maybe a touch of black. I don't want it stark white. There. A little light gray. And let's put some of these guys, maybe like little highlights on some of them. Just in whatever direction. Maybe they're catching the light somewhere. And if you want to put a batch further down, maybe coming up out of some of these bushes here. Remember, the further away, the less height you'll have on them. Alright? I kind of like the mix of color here. Have them go in all different directions also. Okay. So something like that. Hopefully you guys can see it. If I have to zoom in, I'll zoom in. But yeah, let's zoom in a little bit so you can see some of this stuff. Let's zoom in. Let's aim downward. Now you can see some of this. See it? Okay. So let's zoom out just a tiny bit here. Okay, I just want to concentrate down the bottom here. Now, you see the dips. You see the dips in the valleys all in there? Okay, all up in here. Come down here. All of this interesting stuff happening down in there. Alright, all in there. Up here. A little pocket right in there. Okay. All that adds to the believability of your field. Okay, not everything has to be a straight block all the way across it, another straight block. Okay, you got to add some variances in there, okay, to get the look that you're trying to achieve. Now, some of those splatters that I did that were so stark and so bright, as you see, if they evaporate, the water evaporates, the color deepens, and it settles in to the background. Okay, so you can barely probably see them with on the camera. All right, but they're there. All right, Now that I've just did a massive clouds, I did the little bit of scenery here and there. Alright, I guess I should throw in some kind of lonely, desperate looking tree. That would be, I suppose, somewhat fitting. So I'll put in a dead tree somewhere in here. I'm going to still use the blue, a little bit of the Mars black. Okay, I'm going to use the liner brush. Get some water. I might put in some 200-year-old dead tree, no leaves. It should have been cut down 50 years ago. Maybe I'll put Mr. Dead Guy right up in here. You would start basically from the bottom. All right, get it pretty thick. Trunk. Okay. Have him kind of crooked. Remember, try to make the bottom a little thick, even for a decrepit tree like this. All right. Not really that much detail. He's out in the field out here. All right. You're gonna start off with the Y formation. Okay. Something like that for this guy. And after the main Y formation, you branch off into smaller Ys all over just Y city, really. All over the place. You have it, the branches of crook, turn, twist, whatever. After they get further away from the tree, they get smaller and smaller. Alright? Yeah, so I just have some lonely, dead, sad looking tree. Something like that. I'm going in the opposite direction. Okay, just like that. And just have little branches and just, this is a really sad tree. It should be taken out back and shot. Really sad thing. I guess. There's no nourishment at all. His better days were years behind him. And let's have maybe a smaller branch, thicker branch just come here, and it doesn't even grow. It's just giving up hope. Just lingering out there on the side. Okay. There he is. This poor guy right there. He's just hanging around, you know, looking sad. A hunter with a heart will come by with a chainsaw and just put it out of its misery. That's what kind of tree this is. Okay. Something like that. Adds a little interest to your overall painting. If you choose to do something like this. Alright. The main focus on this piece is really the clouds. Okay. Actually. Now, if I wanted to be adventurous, I can probably, if I wanted to, plop a cowboy or somebody with this hat just standing there looking at the clouds, if need be, if I wanted to actually go that route with it. And he would be definitely in stark all black, you know, with his little rim and just staring out at the sunset there. You can do so many different things with this type of painting. Okay, but as for right now, for me, I think I'll call it finished. Who knows, I might come back to it, just add the cowboy there. Just add it. But then again, if I do that, people are going to ask for a tutorial on how to draw the cowboy. So, let's see how I feel. Once again, if you have comments, leave them on the bottom of the YouTube channel. If you'd like to tackle this, I would love to see it. Put it right on my Facebook page. I would love to see your work. Any questions? Put them on the either page. I'll try my best to get in contact with you and let you know or give the answer to you. Alright, let's pull back so you can totally see what this thing looks like. Alright, there you go, guys. Yeah, that's what she looks like. Okay. Basically, it's really a cloud study. That's why I have the land kind of low. Alright. And you can see, let me get up from here. You can see the darkness of some of the clouds. It brings it a little closer. Let me aim it. There we go. So I can see what I'm doing. It brings it a little bit closer. These clouds are a little closer than the other ones. Okay. Got a nice little foreground, little hill there. Got some little fog action and whatever happening down in there. A lot of stuff going on here. Like I say, I put the little tree in there for a little bit of scale. Highlights on some of the tall grass here, a little brighter up front, deeper and darker colors here. Some of the tall reeds and whatever going on in there. A little splatter represent flowers of some type. Okay. Let me know what you think. I'm glad that you've took the time out of your day to watch it, and love to hear your comments. And I will see you shortly. Bye bye.